Well, good morning, friends. Devinder Rana here. The topic of the day is strong laws to curb frauds in insurance sector. Strong laws to curb frauds in insurance sector. The business of insurance directly and indirectly affects all sectors of the public, business and government. So the business of insurance is subject to serious abuse of fraud and malpractices. So fraud against insurance business not only affects the business or policyholders, it's a social stigma that causes serious social crimes such as arson, homicide, cheating, and forgery. Insurance fraud uses the lawful structures and process of insurance business to deceitfully consume the savings of innocent policyholders. Fraud against insurance business causes increased cost of insurance for public and sometimes beyond their affordability to avail at least the basic social security insurance such as health insurance, life insurance, accident insurance, crop insurance, etc. So in view of the above, it may be essential to recognize insurance fraud as a serious social crime and prescribe appropriate provisions of the law to control the same. Although the principles of insurance and different procedures for the same have been prescribed in the different statutes, such as Insurance Act 1938, Motor Vehicle Act 1988, the Public Insurance Liability Act 1991, and Marine Insurance Act 1963, etc. So the Insurance Act 1938 is the guiding law for the principles, practices, and administration of insurance business in India. Therefore, Insurance Act 1938 is the most appropriate statute for prescribing an appropriate definition of insurance fraud and provisions to administer and control such frauds. So the provision relating to fraud so prescribed in the Insurance Act shall therefore have applicability on every practice of insurance, including those prescribed under any other act, rule, and regulation pertaining to insurance. So the Insurance Act 1938 already contains penal provisions and procedures of adjudication of such provisions from Section 102 to Section 110 of the Act. While all such penal provisions relate to defaults of insurers, it would be appropriate to construct necessary penal provision at the place relating to default, including but not limited to insurance fraud of policyholders, insured or insurance intermediary, or any other person or entity, and accordingly prescribe adequate penalty thereof. So, however, a befitting definition of insurance fraud may be inserted in Section 2 of the Act to set the contour of the offence to be dealt with. Proposed penal provision under penalty sections of the Act, that is Section 102 to Section 110 of the Act. So in accordance with the above, the following insertions and modifications are being proposed to the Insurance Act 1938. Insertions of definition of insurance fraud. So the definition of insurance fraud may be inserted in Section 2(8)(b), which may read as under: like insurance fraud, act of person who knowingly and with an intent to defraud an insurer prepares or caused to be prepared, present or caused to be presented any written, verbal statement, declaration or any other physical evidence as part of or in support of an application for issuance of an insurance policy or for payment of an insurance claim, services or other benefits in pursuance to the insurance policy that he or she knows to contain materially false information concerning any fact, material thereto, or conceal for the purpose of misleading information concerning any fact, material thereto, any written or verbal statement, declaration, or any other physical evidence as part of or in support of an application for issuance of an insurance certificate or other authorization that provides or allows coverage for membership or enrollment in any public or private insurance schemes or plan or claim for payment services or other benefits pursuant to such certificate, schemes or plan that he or she knows to contain materially false information concerning any material fact thereto, or concealed for the purpose of misleading information concerning any false material thereto. Such information shall include but not be limited to those issued or operating pursuant to any public or government sponsored or supported plan for health, accident, crop, weather, or any other micro insurance coverage or services or those otherwise issued or operated by entities authorized pursuant to any government plan or scheme. So as far as the penal provision is concerned, after Section 103 of the Insurance Act, a new section as 103 may be inserted, because penalty for any policyholder, insured, insurance beneficiary, claimant, intermediary for committing insurance fraud, it must. Then the Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority Act 1999, Section 14R says, Section 14R constitutes, regulate and monitor an independent entity to identify, investigate and control insurance fraud, further to authorize and enable such entity to prosecute the persons involved in insurance fraud and their independent capacity before appropriate courts of law. So laws in different countries against insurance frauds are already there. You know, in United Kingdom, the Serious Fraud Office, set up in 1987 under the Criminal Justice Act, was established to improve the investigation and prosecution of serious and complex fraud, including insurance fraud. British Columbia, Canada. British Columbia Traffic Safety Statutes Amendment Act of 1997 states that any person who submits a motor vehicle insurance claim that contains false or misleading information may on the offence be fined Canadian dollar 25,000 in prison for 2 years or both. On the second offence, that person may be fined for Canadian dollar 50,000 in prison for 2 years or both. So that way, the insurance frauds should be defined very properly, because if fraudulent insurance act is committed by any person knowingly and with intent to defraud person presents, causes to be presented, or papers with knowledge or belief that it will be presented to or by an insurer, self-insurer, or purported insurer or purported self-insurer or any agent there. So insurance fraud in the fifth degree means a person is guilty of insurance fraud in the fifth degree when he commits a fraudulent insurance act. Insurance fraud in the fifth degree is a class of misdemeanor. Insurance fraud in the fourth degree, a person is guilty of insurance fraud in fourth degree when he commits a fraudulent insurance act and thereby wrongfully takes, obtains or withholds, or attempts to wrongfully take, obtain or withhold property with a value in excess of $1,000. The insurance fraud in the fourth degree is a class of E felony. Insurance fraud in third degree. A person is guilty of insurance fraud in the third degree when he commits a fraudulent insurance act and thereby wrongfully takes or obtains or withholds or attempts to wrongfully take, obtain or withhold property with a value in excess of the $3,000. So insurance fraud in the third degree is a class D felony. Insurance fraud in the second degree. A person is guilty of insurance fraud in the second degree when he commits a fraudulent insurance act and thereby wrongfully takes, obtains, or withholds or attempts to wrongfully take, obtain, or withhold property with a value in excess of $50,000. So insurance fraud in the second degree is a class C felony. And insurance fraud in the first degree. A person is guilty of insurance fraud in the first degree when he commits a fraudulent insurance act and thereby wrongfully takes, obtains, or withholds or attempts to wrongfully take, obtain, or withhold property with a value in excess of $1 million. Insurance fraud in the first degree is a class B felony. So these are the aggravated insurance fraud, and for them there has to be a strong law and penalty, because fraudulent life settlement act means a fraudulent life settlement act is committed by any person who knowingly and with intent to defend, present causes to be presented, or prepares with knowledge or belief that it will be presented to or by a life settlement, provided life settlement broker, life settlement intermediary, or any agent thereof, or to any owner, any written statement or other physical evidence as part of or in support of an application for a life settlement contract, a claim for payment or other benefit under a life settlement contract which the person knows contains materially false information concerning any material fact or concealed for the purpose of misleading information concerning any fact material. So life settlement frauds are in the fifth degree, and fourth, third, second, and first, they are of the all categories, as well as the aggravated life settlement frauds are also there. That means these insurance frauds have variety of degrees, and those degrees are according to the amount involved. So you will also see various types of insurance frauds, which are internal fraud and policyholder frauds and intermediary frauds. When you see the internal frauds, you will find misappropriation of funds, fraudulent financial reporting, stealing checks, overriding decline decisions, inflating expenses, claims or overbilling, paying false claims, false invoices, either self-prepared or obtained through collision with suppliers, permitting a special type of privileges to customers, or granting business to favored suppliers. Then the policyholders fraud and claims fraud. They are the exaggerating damage or losses, staging incidents, reporting fictitious damages, medical claims fraud, fraudulent death claims. There are the intermediary frauds are also there. Premium diversion, immediately takes the premium from the purchaser and does not pass it to the insurer. When an intermediary inflates premium, pass on the correct amount to the insurer and keeps the difference. Similarly, in non-disclosure, misrepresenting of the risk to reduce premium. There could be commission fraud also, ensuring non-existent policyholders while paying a perfect premium to the insurer, collecting commission and annualizing the insurance by ceasing further premium payments. So these are all frauds committed by different classes of the society, but they all need very strong law to curb these frauds in the insurance sectors. Thank you very much.